New Orleans Pelicans lose to the San Antonio Spurs by 2, 111 to 109. If the season were to end today, the Pelicans would be not the 4, 5, nor 6 seed. The Pelicans would be the 7th seed in the West, and we would host the Kings in a play-in tournament game. And the Spurs, their season already ended. They're 15th in the West, dead last. They are 19-58. Their season's already ended. They've been eliminated. They've been eliminated. I think they were the first team to get eliminated. They're one of them, probably the first team in the West to get eliminated. Are you serious? The Spurs? The Spurs? Over here. Alright, guys. Victor Wembanyama scored 15 of his 17 points in the second half. He also had a crucial block against Herb in the final seconds to kind of lift the San Antonio Spurs to a 111-109 victory over the reeling New Orleans Pelicans on Friday night. Wembanyama and the Spurs overcame a 10-point halftime deficit and setting the short-handed Pelicans, we didn't have Ingram nor Zion, to our 4th consecutive home loss. The Spurs have lost 7 straight games in the series with New Orleans. I've never watched the Pelicans ever beat the Spurs in my life until now. Since I've been watching basketball, I've never seen it. Wembanyama also had 12 rebounds and 9 assists. The Spurs had 34 assists, which is now their franchise record. 42nd game this season with at least 30. It's a role I knew I always had. Really. But it's been hard being young, obviously. Wembanyama said after the game. Then he said, I'm glad how we're developing. I can't be a complete player if I don't make my teammates better. If I show up and assist, that's great. Yeah, you definitely do that. San Antonio coach Greg Popovich also said, despite his young team's early challenges with turnovers and poor shooting, his players have never quit. They've done that, Popovich said. They try to play for the whole 48. We are not as consistent as we want to be, as we need to be, but it will come as the future approaches. He also said. You see, the Spurs are trailing 107-106. The Pelicans had a chance to regain the lead in that final minute. But Herb Jones, not Trey Jones, dribbled into the paint, and his shot got easily swiped by Wembanyama with 10 seconds left. All 3 of Wembanyama's blocks came in the fourth quarter. CJ McCollum led New Orleans with 31 points, but 19 came in the first half as he struggled in the second half with 5 of 17 shooting. They started to pick him up a little bit. Pelicans coach Willie Green said he missed some easy shots, but we're asking CJ to do a lot right now. Jonas Valanciunas had 26 points and 7 assists for New Orleans, but was bothered by second half foul trouble. Yeah, he got like 5 fouls early in the second half, but yeah. The Pelicans were without their 2 leading scorers, which is Zion Williamson, who's averaging 22.8, who was sidelined with a bruised finger on his left shooting hand. An injury he suffered in a 117-108 loss to Orlando on Wednesday night. I didn't watch that game because I was actually at the movie theater, so yeah, I didn't watch that game. I did hear that players got ejected with 7 seconds left. And also we were without Brandon Ingram, who's averaging 20.9, and he missed his 8th straight game because of a bone bruise on his left knee. Which ironically, I think he also suffered against Orlando. Well, I think we played Orlando one time. That's right. But you see, Devontae Graham, he hit a 3-pointer at the close of the third quarter, which capped a 35-25 period for the Spurs. They ended up tying it at 86 to head into the fourth quarter. Graham led San Antonio 20 points. And hold on, let me say this name. Sandro Mamukelashvili and Julian Champagnie Collins had 15 each. And it says here, Trey Jones and Malachi Branham had 14 apiece. The Pelicans double-teamed Wembanyama from the outset, employing the 6'7" Jones as the lead defenders despite giving up 8 inches to the 7'3" San Antonio center. How is that allowed? I don't know. Wembanyama missed all of his 6 shots from the field in the first half, and the Spurs shot just 44% from the field, 19 of 43, to trail 61-51 at the break. Graham said he was especially proud of how Wembanyama overcame his slow start with 15 second half points, going 3 of 4 from three-point range. Yeah, look, I love Devontae Graham. I know when he was in New Orleans, a lot of Pelican fans said how they want him traded, and I'm like, how? When Zion wasn't playing, nor Ingram, and before we had CJ, Graham was the man. He's the one who hit game winners versus OKC and Utah in the same season. He's the guy who was going for 20 a night. He's the guy that was not afraid to shoot that ball. He was not afraid. But they fell out of the rotation when we got CJ. He was basically an older Jordan Hawkins back in the day. Not really back in the day, that sounds old. But a couple years ago, he was literally an older version of Jordan Hawkins. He can shoot the 3. He can come up clutch when you need him. Which is what Hawkins can do, but he just never plays. So he can't prove it. But then Graham said he cannot get going. He can get going. Everybody knows that. He just plays the game right, just doing what he does, making plays, being aggressive, and making the right reads. So let's see what's up next. So the Spurs, they host Philadelphia on Sunday night. Please win that one. And the Pelicans were at Phoenix on Sunday. We must win that game. Because if we lose, which we probably will, we're going to fall out. I know since the Warriors beat the Rockets a couple nights ago, the Pelicans clinched a top 10 seed. But I don't care. I want to clinch a top 6 seed. I don't care if it's number 6. I just want to be in there. But also, I know if you're in the play-in, I mean, there's technically 8 playoff teams. But number 8 and number 7 is probably number 1 and number 2. I don't want to be one of those teams. I want to play a weaker opponent. But let me know what you feel like in the comments below. Pelicans lose another unfortunate game, bro. The game was in the Smoothie King Center, and we couldn't win. In the first quarter, we outscored the Spurs 27-18. Second quarter, outscored them 34-33. But then in the third quarter, Spurs just came all the way back to beat us 35-25. And then in the fourth quarter, Spurs ended up beating us 25-23 with a total of 111 and 109. I know we hit a deep 3 at the buzzer at the end of the game, but that don't matter. I didn't even see the shot. I turned the game off with like 1 second left. Because when it was a 5-point game, I turned it off. I already knew we lost. But yeah, let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. Pelicans are now 45-32, 7th seed. And tomorrow night they're playing the Suns, who are 46-31. Let me see something real quick. No. I'm pretty sure the Suns have home court advantage. I'm pretty sure that they've beaten us in the series already. Yeah. Anyway, I'm out. You can always find me here at Hurricane Mike and over in New Orleans. It's my streams. Like, subscribe, share, turn the bell on so you don't miss an upload. And put a comment, and if it's good enough, I'll put it in my next video. Bye.